I made my car go from with mostly this material, which is mass-loaded vinyl, and I'm going to show you exactly how I did it and then totally change my mind. Now, if you've never worked with mass-loaded vinyl before, it's a tough material to work. I ended up trying to mark it up, make a template, cut it, place it, and stick it down with no more nails and stick away on it, which did work, but it took a lot of time.
Oh no!
I ran out, and besides time, the second spark on my slow building annoyance for mass-loaded vinyl was cost. Having gone through one tube of no more nails, I had to go and get another. This was with a loader as well, as their solution without one sucks. I'd also noticed that my way of working with mass-loaded vinyl wasn't ideal, and I should have just been laying it like carpet. So that's what I ended up doing. And once I started doing it this way, I just thought to myself, you absolute idiot. Why didn't you do it like this sooner? I couldn't really avoid adding to my patchwork mess at the bottom, as I'd begun to run out of mass-loaded vinyl, so I had a bit of a conundrum. Should I buy more mass-loaded vinyl and continue to work as I had, or should I look for something else that might be a bit easy to work with, but might not be as good at blocking sound? And also, do I really want to hang mass-loaded vinyl vertically? No, I don't. So, after doing a bit of shopping, I came across this product. It's called closed cell foam by a company called Siles or Silas in America. It is expensive at £62, but it's a large roll that goes further and had what I wanted more than anything. It was adhesive backed, making it easy to apply. It's also waterproof and aids in sound reduction. But the big question is it actually going to be better than mass-loaded vinyl? But before I could get too lost in that thought, my package from America arrived. I wanted to use my new found material to cover a few gaps, and it will be interesting to see how this closed cell foam helps to soundproof the boot. And to start, I decided to pick on the biggest gap and fill in the little ones later. And one thing I really like about this closed cell foam is that it has a grid-lined paper backing, making it easy to measure up. Not that I went wild in the measuring department though. Application is straightforward enough, and after it's stuck, I went over it very lightly with a roller, and then I continued to patch up the rest of the boot. But there was two parts that were a little bit more challenging than the rest. The first part was the rear wheel arch, and it's important that this is done because most of the noise coming in is actually road noise, but applying this material does come with a caveat. Stick it on the internal panels, not external ones. The procedure for applying it is exactly the same, and this is where the adhesive backing makes applying the material so much easier. Another benefit is that you can actually cut this material with scissors, allowing you to cut shapes like this to fit perfectly. But cutting perfect shapes isn't going to solve the next area, the license plate. The license plate area looks like a real challenge, but I came up with a solution that was all about working smarter, not harder. And this is how I did it. But before I show you that, if you've been enjoying this video so far, drop a like below. Okay, back to my plan. It actually involves soundproofing the plastic shroud instead of the material. I began marking up the area that I want to soundproof and then got to work cleaning it. I've mentioned this before, but cleaning is vitally important to ensure that you get the best adhesion you can. I then began to stick the first layer of soundproofing, which took some time, making sure to only cover the designated area, and you will see why that's important in a second. But first, the reason why I wanted to adhere to those markings was because I wanted to make sure the plastic shroud fit, which it did, and it gave these rather impressive results. But wait, I hear you say, how much of this was the mass-loaded vinyl and how much of it was the closed-cell foam? Which one is better? Which one should I use? Well, the real answer would be to use both, but working with mass-loaded vinyl isn't easy, and it makes sense for areas where you can lay the material flat, but it's not ideal for hanging in a car if you want to soundproof it easily. But if you just want to use closed-cell foam, will it actually make the car any quieter? The answer is yes. Yes, it will, and the reason why I know this is because I tested it. I decided to start working on the passenger door just to see how much of an effect the closed cell foam actually had, and bearing in mind it was only on one surface, you could already notice the result straight away. And to make it even more scientific, I actually used a decibel meter and averaged the sound profile of the door over multiple 5-second periods, which resulted in this. An overall result of -1 decibel in improvement isn't too bad, and that's just on one surface, so it would be much more noticeable on the whole car. And you know what? Installing this stuff couldn't be easier. This stuff is adhesive backed and it's really sticky, so there is no danger of it coming off. You can cut the material with scissors, you don't need to buy extra adhesive to actually stick it on, and it's got lined grid paper making it easier to measure up and stick. So to me, it's a real game changer, and I'll be looking forward to applying it to the rest of the car. But I haven't talked about the first step you need to do before doing all of that, because that's here.